Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, today I'm going to be doing the October forecast for October 2025. But before I do, I just wanted to look back at the September forecast that I did. And you'll notice here I start the forecast with the Mildred Payne Oracle cards. And you'll see I got the cauldron, the fish, the pipe, the skull, the antidote, and the blood. And the cauldron was about hexes and spells, skull about death, and the blood about blood sacrifice, some of the meanings. And in the month of September, as we all know now, there was the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And there was also a story that there were witches on Etsy who had put a hex on him or a spell or something. So I think that the Mildred Payne really stood out for the month of September. And this alluded, I believe, to the big story, I believe, for September 2025 is the assassination. Now, I didn't pick out, September 10th is the date I do week by week. And I did have a majority of swords in the reading for September, and swords are about attacks and violence, etc. So in the week, the second row from the left covers September 7th through 13th, which did have a Knight of Pentacles, and a knight could be seen as an attack of some sort. And of course, the Two of Swords could allude to the information coming out not being what we, not, being confusing and people not really knowing what really happened. And even to this day, on September 27th, I don't think we really know what happened. People are still coming up with new theories about what happened, how Charlie Kirk actually died, where he was shot from the front, from the side. So it's been quite a month. We still have a few days left, but I wanted to do a forecast for October. I just felt it was a good time now. It is the end of the month. We only have a few days. So, yeah, I thought we'd look at October 2025 and see what cards show up for this month. Hi, Laura. How are you? Yeah, I don't think anyone actually predicted Charlie Kirk's assassination. If anybody did, let me know. But I don't believe there was anyone. I mean, that's what you're not going to pick up something exact like that, like an exact person, exact place, or unless some very talented psychics might pick something up. But yeah, I mean, there's always so much violence every month. Somebody being shot or killed or stabbed or something. It's mass shooting. It's like, yeah, but that did show up though. I did get some cards there. Unfortunately, deaths, they're always main news stories with globalists. They want us to be afraid all the time. And so they're always putting violence in the media to scare everybody. And now it's the censorship. Of course, the other big story could be the digital ID that's being pushed in, I think one was Vietnam. Was it Vietnam where it's really being pushed? And they closed all these bank accounts. And then, of course, in the UK, Keir Starmer's trying to make it mandatory. Mandatory doesn't mean mandatory. I heard comes from Freemasonry. Mandatory is like a satanic bond. It's not a law. It's just if you agree to do it, then it can become a law. It becomes enforced. But if you don't agree to it, then it's not enforceable. So just to keep that in mind, anytime they say mandatory, that does not mean you have to do it. It's only if you agree to do it. So, anyways, let's look at October. October 2025. What are we gonna see in October? It is the month of Halloween, very spiritual month. One where it's hear a lot about Lots of horror and spookiness. Oh, I get comets. First card that pops out. October. What can we expect in October? Some cards will jump. Okay, these want to come out. Like an ear, hearts, crow, stump, rats. And last two cards will be the bell and the sun. So yeah, this looks a little bit more positive than last month, I think. Not getting any death or blood this time, so that's good news. But the comet is one of something unexpected. Let me get the exact meaning of it up first. But this is usually something unexpected. It could be something tragic. Okay, here we go. The ear number 9, the ear. This alludes to hearing news, listening to others, and being aware of situations. So I think of keeping your ear to the ground. You're gonna be hearing a lot of things, a lot of news, and of course we always are hearing so many things coming out, new developments, particularly I think with AI and um, news coming out pertaining to that. One example, 11 Hearts is about strong emotions, affection, love, and compassion. The crow refers to, give me a second. It's taking my webpage a little bit to come up. Here we go. Crow is an omen of bad news, moving from place to place and criminal activity. So hearing something that gets people emotional, pertaining to some bad news or some criminal activity here, which could refer to the Charlie Kirk assassination or something else. Oh, of course, that could refer to the digital ID they're trying to push on everyone. The comet is a disaster, turmoil, catastrophe, destruction, war, and a bad omen. So yeah, turmoil, catastrophe. So people are very upset right now. I heard also the UN came out with something to say everybody needs a biodigital ID. So they're really coming out, and it's going to be just riling people up. And people are hearing about this in multiple places. People are getting very emotional, going to get very emotional about it. And it is very criminal. And it's to cover their criminal tracks for all the crimes against humanity they've been committing the past 5 years, I believe. And that's the reason why they're so scared and they're trying to do this, trying to get everybody under control, right? Stump is something ending prematurely. Resistance. This is a resistance to it and may indicate a need to extract yourself from a certain situation. Wow. So resistance and having to extract yourself, get away from something. The next one, rat. I wonder if this is Keir Starmer. This may represent Keir Starmer. Maybe it's the UN. A traitor and an untrustworthy person or a disease. Yeah, they always love using diseases to try to scare people. They look out for the traitors and the criminals here. They're causing trouble this month for sure. Bell, an awakening, a beginning or end of some important event, and a warning. So it does look like people are awakening more. I think this digital ID is waking up, anyone who maybe have still been asleep at this point. Digital ID, I think, will make them wide awake when they see how people are pushing back. The final card is a good one, though. It's the sun, life, power, energy, mental clarity, and friendship. So I think even though the next month of October looks to be them, in general, I'm getting the idea that they're going to be attacking us, the more surprise. Oh, you need a digital ID now. Oh, you need this or that. Oh, we're locking you down. And people are going to be hearing more and more about that and getting emotional with these criminals. And people are going to resist these traitors, resisting the traitors, and waking anyone up who's not on board or aware of what's going on and taking our power back. Hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from that so far. This is ridiculous, and it's just absolutely um, out of control what they're doing. Yeah. So let me see here. Make sure everything's still running well. Hi, Tiger Eye. How are you? Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Dahmer is a disease. Yeah. He is. He's a rat. It's a rodent. Him and all the rest of his buddies there. Sadiq Khan is even more evil than him. They're both so evil. All of them. So many evil people all together. And that guy in Canada, whatever his name is again. They're all so evil, evil, evil. So, anyways, let's look at October. There are 5 weeks in October, 1st through 4th, 5th through 11th, 12th to 18th, 19th, 25th, and then 26th to 31st. That's 5 weeks. So let's see, what can we expect in October? What can we expect? They've been taking our power back, I think, this month from the traitors and the criminals. Is going to be the theme of the month. And being aware, being discerning with what you listen to, what you hear about, listening to the right sources, listening to uh, the right people. There's so much controlled opposition out there, misleading people, and all working for the globalists, like the mainstream media, but also many alternative media people. So it's like you got to be careful. Listen, I think being careful who you listen to is important as far as news and what's going on. But it's very confusing, like with the Charlie Kirk thing. I mean, so many experts out there, it seems, that have different theories. It's really unbelievable. But anyways, October, first week, second week, third week, fourth week, and fifth week. What can we expect? Okay, let's see what the cards. I'm using the Halloween tarot since this is Halloween month in October. Let's see, what can we expect in October? Let's see what the cards show. Okay, I'm gonna move these over here. We'll go. I get this out of the way. First week, second week, third week, fourth week, and fifth week. All right, I think I can get those all in there. All right, see what coincides here. So the first week of October, 5 of Imps. Arguing, debating, people fighting back, protesting there, against digital IDs and whatnot. 7 of Bats. Okay, so we see some trickery being revealed here. We see somebody's trying to get away. I see somebody trying to get away. I get the feeling it might be something to do with the illegal immigrants in the UK, perhaps. Because I see this man, he's carrying all these little bats. Uh, he's trying to get away with it because we all know they're trying to bring in the digital ID under the guise of preventing illegal immigration in the UK. I mean, it's absolutely absurd. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing. But I see something being exposed perhaps to that, or just people fighting back against that and what they're doing, what they're trying to do. I mean, it's not just Keir Starmer, it's this whole group. They think people are stupid and they're just going to say, oh, okay, it'll help stop illegal immigration if everybody gives you their bio data and gets a digital ID that you can control their banking and shut it off when you feel like. I mean, it's so ridiculous. Yeah, I wish. Yeah, I feel we're in such dark times. Yes, yes, we have been for 5 years. We got a little levity now, but the darkness, they're so evil. They really are. But I see they're being exposed. Something's being exposed the first week of October. Eight of bats reversed, like Eight of Swords reversed. Something coming out. Somebody being released, let go, or gotten rid of. So I see that it was very interesting. The first week, I mean, there are minor arcanas, but swords and wands. So people are pushing back. And I think that something's coming out, something's going to be stopped. This could be a digital ID, them stopping it and not going forward with it. I know what WTA, this is what we have been warned about. Yeah. Hi, Cindy Minnie. Hi, Lee. How are you? Tiger Eye. Thank you all for being here. All right. So the second week of October. So something coming out the first week of October, some news. Oh no, second week of October, I'm seeing more potential violence or people being um, bullied and threatened and arrested for tweets or something. I don't know. I keep thinking it's fresh on my mind about digital ID. But I mean, we do see, I'm getting a lot of swords so far, and this is attacks, fighting, information. So I do see things getting more nasty in the second week, and the fighting starts off in the first week, and the second week it gets more perhaps violent, more vicious there, betrayal there. The Hierophants. Oh boy. So the Hierophant Major Arcana. So this, of course, deals with the, whatever your particular belief systems are. If you're World Economic Forum, UN, lefty, I guess, you believe in the New World Order. And if you don't, you believe the opposite way. So I do see some, belief system that is being very prominent. It could be the royal family too. Some people see that the Hierophant is the royal family, or some teaching. But it's positive, it's upright. So it does look like there may be some positive development the second week where a group comes forward and takes control in a positive direction for people. Oh, yeah, even conservatives are getting police visits, huh? It's a matter of time before they walk him up, he feels. Yeah, I mean, it's horrible feeling like you worry that, you're going to get a knock at the door, right? Such communist times. Okay. Yeah. It's all coming from the banking system, the bankers, right? They just want control of your money and how you spend it. On the bottom, ooh, no, justice reversed. Oh, I guess some major criminal activity here with the criminals, and I would see this as the criminals being the World Economic Forum, globalists, Keir Starmer, Sadiq Khan, Bloomberg, royal families in that too. Made two major arcanas in the second week of October. So that tells me some major world announcement, event, news coming out, something very shady and illegal. So they may actually try. I don't know when did they give a date when they want to force that digital ID? Is it the second week of October or something happening? I see something being enforced like officially with these major arcanas. And it could be more. It looks like it could be more than one country, either countrywide or more than one country. And they're being nasty to people, like cutting, like this with Five of Swords, but like cutting their bank accounts, cutting down their, censoring them off social media, getting, that kind of thing. And very unfair, illegal crimes against humanity, or the justice reverse, criminal organization here. It says criminal organization is trying to use this official hierophant like UN, World Health Organization front, working to abuse people, abuse human rights. I see that in the second week of October, something of that nature coming out, some kind of announcement or something happening there with that. Let's see, the third week of October. It's looking pretty grim here so far. Let me see, third week of October, I'm getting strength reversed. Another major arcana. Wow. Third week of October. Things getting out of control there. People getting upset. Oh my goodness, moon reversed. Wow. So yeah, I'm getting a lot of possibly a scandal here being revealed, which I also get that idea from the Seven of Swords here, Seven of Bats reversed. But this is a much bigger deal. This is the third week of October. Major Arcana, Major Arcana. So I see a huge scandal here, huge uproar, things getting more and more out of control after this. Something happening in the second week of October that leads to more upset and out of control and craziness happening in the third week, like country or global scale here, Major Arcana, Major Arcana. And then I get Queen of Bats or Queen of Swords. So here is a more positive decision, some information. Wow. So something positive happening, perhaps, that causes to more uproar and out of things being more out of control. So you said you think Catherine was the biggest influence on William? Uh-huh. I'm getting a lot of swords again in this reading, like I did in September. The fourth week of October, we get the Hanged Man. Okay, so that's things being held up, waiting for something to happen here, things not moving forward. It could be another traitor card, though, here. And I did get the traitor with the rat over here. So the Hangman can be seen as a traitor. In the fourth week, something coming out with some traitor there. But I got the Page of Imps, Page of Wands. So some positive news, new information, something new coming out of it, something being paused perhaps, and then some positive news, positive decision. Oh, and then Four of Swords. And then finally, people, it's put to rest, it's settled. But again, more swords in the last week of October. I get Wheel of Fortune. Oh, something unexpected, but unexpectedly not good, bad here. I think things that people will not see coming. Some way things work out that is not going to make people happy. And oh my god, I got the Devil reversed. Right, but it's reversed. So I take it as, see this Devil card. I see as the idea of the New World Order, Keir Starmer, Sadiq Khan, and World Economic Forum types. This is what they want for us. This is the World Economic Forum and the UN, World Health Organization. This is what they want to do to the people. This is the 99% here. They want to get everybody on a leash here with their pitchfork and to bank you and shut you up and imprison you if they want. Quarantine you and make you take their jabs. You see how she's about to jab them with a sharp, pointy object there with her pitchfork? That's like the vaccines, right? So you could really look at this as the World Health Organization, UN, Bill Gates, and they just want to jab you and jab you and jab you. And if you're on digital ID, you can't say no. right? You look at China. In China, they all have to get their jabs because else they shut off their banks, right? But I do get it reversed, which is good news because that would mean escaping that. You still have to deal with it though. It's something very oppressive. This would be something like a digital ID. I mean, it's the only thing I can think of right now that would really describe this on a world stage. But it's escaping it. It's pushing back and not. So this things not going as expected could be this upheaval of people not going along with it and pushing this devil back, pushing this evil back. A lot of people praying, pray, pray, pray. Prayer is the strongest weapon against these people. Oh, and then Ace of Imps, something new. Then a new solution has found a new way of doing things, new system, parallel system, perhaps. Something new being put forth, a new agenda, a new so the October looks to be just as tumultuous as has been. Um, yeah, we have 15 cards, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swords. Major arcanas, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcanas. 2 wands, 3 wands. No cups. No cups, interestingly. Just wands, 3 wands, 5 swords, and 7 major arcanas. So it's, a little more than about half, a little more, about half major arcanas. So I think October is going to be a month of world events and world announcements and new world order, basically garbage happening. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I hope William's better. I don't know. Everybody's hoping, but we'll see what happens. His father hasn't been too good, and we know if Harry gets in there somehow, that would be the worst. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I hope not, but he could be the Hierophant upright here. Maybe he will be of helping to resist the abuses by this criminal system. Because I have the Hierophant upright, which is a good person. They're trying to do the moral right thing. But he's surrounded by the 5 of Swords and the Justice reversed, which could be seen as World Economic Forum, World Health Organization influence, and the 5 of Swords that want to threaten and imprison citizens and make them slaves. So it could be that he does something positive here if that's him. Like I said, the Hierophant can mean the royal family, and he would be the most influential person even right now, right? So that could be that you could be right there. He may speak up and say something, give a speech or something like that. It's possible. Wait and see. It's the second week of October. Yeah. The third week, things get even worse though. With them, with the strength reversed, moon reverse. The moon reverse would be a clearing up of exposing some great scandal that perhaps pertains to this illegal activity of the criminals, of the rats here, in the system that are doing this. And the resistance to them, I think, is going to be fierce. And it's being out of control could actually be a good thing because this is what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to control everything. They're trying to enslave everyone, So maybe things getting out of control for a little bit to resist them. In order to resist them, things are going to get a little crazy, right? Like everybody would have to stop working. Like everybody would have to stay home. And imagine how that would be if everyone stays home and nobody goes to work. No, I don't think anyone's ever experienced that in their lifetimes, right? But imagine if for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, nobody works. Everybody just stays home because they're not going to do the digital ID thing. But things could get a little crazy in the third week of October. I don't know. I don't know when exactly they're planning on doing this, but so it could be that or something else happening. You see, the king is traveling to a jubilee The Vatican, really? Uh-oh. That's not good. Yeah, that's evil. Yeah. So first week, pretty rough here. Expect a lot of debating online and debating in politics, trickery being received and something being released or let go of. The Eight of Swords reversed, something coming out, being let go of. And then the second week of October looks pretty nasty. And there's some illegal activity happening, some criminal, uh, really horrible activity at the same time as something positive at the same time. So it seems like something positive in the second week of October with the Hierophant upright, but will lead to or happen at the same time as this justice reverse, this criminal cartel, this World Economic Forum does something else. It seems like every single time Trump does something, this could be Trump. You know, he brings back freedom of speech, he closes the borders, and every time he does something positive, the other countries, Canada, UK, Europe, they start locking down and getting stricter with everything. Have you noticed that? So every time Trump does something positive, they push back the criminals, the World Economic Forum, globalist leaders there. They all do something. They're even more oppressive to their people. So I think there's going to be more of that kind of thing possibly going on in October. So this could represent Trump versus the other countries, you know, doing the exact opposite, like an FU to Trump or something. It seems because that's all they ever do, right? They're so ridiculous. And I see like the third week looks also very huge scandal coming out, something being revealed. It could be about now this woman. Now I see this upright. So this is good information, a good woman. So she's coming out with something. So I think this woman in the third week of October is could be a woman's organization, because could also represent the news itself, but some truth coming out, some decision coming out that's going to cause a lot of um, craziness a bit here, and possibly revealing something, huge scandal, and it is going to make some people out of control. They're going to get really riled up, and they're going to do something really stupid. So whether that group is the people or whether it's criminals from the World Economic Forum, cartel, I don't know. The third week is, and Lulu saying hello here. She thinks my reading, I'm going on too long with my reading. She doesn't, she's like, are you done yet? Is it over yet? Almost there. The fourth week is going to be quiet. The fourth week with the Hanged Man and the Page of Wands is good news, especially for young people, positive news. And the Four of Swords, like doing the right thing, and putting it to rest in the right way. So I do think no matter how much controversy and protesting and fighting and anger and emotions, because it is going to be emotional, right? We saw that it's going to be very emotional. People, but it's going to turn out all right in the end, even if there's going to be some scandal and upset and maybe a little bit of closing down for a few days to make a point. Because pushing back, resistance is key. Not complying, and expect something unexpected on the last week with Halloween and all, which is Samhain. And time of the year when the veil is thinnest, and it's when a lot of Satanists do their work, right? Their spells and whatnot. So I do get the devil. Oops, I lost my camera there. Hold on a second. Oh no, it's Lulu. She blocks the camera when I think it's gone down. I've lost it. Lulu. Yes, the last week of October, yeah, again, the devil, but again, reversed. So it could be an excess of, which would be very bad news, which could mean them implementing this prison system and poking you with their latest jabs. But I'm going to look at it as being released from it. I don't think people are going to tolerate this. I think enough people have woken up. Just like when I got the bell over here, people waking up and taking their power back. So I do see that happening at the end of the story, end of the month. So things are going to be a little topsy turvy, and things may happen that will be unexpected. And that could be, like I said, if everybody stayed home and didn't work for a few days, that would be quite unexpected, but also, a bit unnerving and unusual. But it would be the only way, to release from the tyrannical grip of these tyrants, and then a new beginning here, a new way of doing things, a new person in office, a new prime minister, perhaps. That could be one way that works out. Yeah, so it is positive. In the end, it is positive, but we have to deal with this devil here, with this evil. So it's not going to be easy. I think it's going to be an emotional month, and it's one where to be positive, because in the end, it's going to work out all right, but not without a lot of brouhaha as usual, and drama and upsets, and some people perhaps getting a little out of control. Yeah, yeah. And Lulu will be here saying hello. So get a cat. A cat keeps things calm. She is giving her, warm fuzzies here, her good energy. She's spreading her positive energy on the cards for the reading for the month of October. On Tiger Eye, you said required snake bite or lockup. Singapore. Man, I hope not. Well, they can't lock up everybody, right? They can't lock up everybody, especially if everybody just decides to stay home. What are they going to do? Stop the country from working. Unfortunately, until you get rid of them, I guess it's the only way the people can push back. But I think it will work in the end. Power will be taken back. Power to the people. Let's go back to the people. There you go. Getting rid of those traitors. Yes. So yeah, it looks like another tumultuous month. Like I said, it's mostly swords. So it is going to be one full of a lot of angry words and trickery and uh, that, arguing and just news coming out constantly, fighting and things like that. Yeah. All right, so there you have it. So I hope you found this interesting, and I hope you all have a wonderful month in October. So until next time, thank you for watching. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.